Good evening, Catamounts. My name is Sydney Martin. Thank you for tuning in to this week's Campus News Lives, presented by WeTV Catamount Entertainment. An often overlooked aspect of higher education is adjunct faculty. These are part-time professors that are contracted to work at their respective universities. Adjunct professors make up a large part of university staffs, but often go underpaid. Lead reporter Liam Bridgman is following this story, digging deeper into the issue and its impact on our regional universities. Liam, what can you add to this growing issue?
That's right, Sydney. I've been following this issue for nearly 2 years now, and it has remained a hot topic across higher education. Now, the story this week is coming from UNC Asheville, where they have announced a $6 million deficit. Their solution to curtailing, helping this deficit is to curtail adjunct faculty at the university. Now, I have reached out to a UNC Asheville spokesperson. They unfortunately were unable to get back to me before this broadcast, but they did tell me they're trying to flip this issue into a positive for the university. Now, this issue at UNC Asheville does highlight an issue here at WCU. For as long as I've been following this story, adjunct tenured faculty, have been advocating for higher pay for adjunct faculty here at WCU. I have reached out to the Human Resources Department at WCU to see just how much adjunct faculty are getting paid. Unfortunately, I did not get back. They did not get back to me in time for this broadcast, but I can tell you that payment does change between departments at the university. Now, an important aspect of this story is reaching out to Provost Dr. Richard Starnes. He started as an adjunct and eventually became the provost at WCU. One question I will ask him, does this issue at UNC Asheville, will it at all affect an increase in payment for adjunct faculty at WCU? I'll get this question answered and many more as I dig deeper into this story. But for now, reporting in Cullowhee for WeTV, I'm Liam Bridgman.
Thank you, Liam. This Saturday, make your way to the UC Illusions Room as the Sexuality and Gender Alliance Club hosts their Second Chance Dance. This event is designed for all individuals who feel as if they never got to attend formal dances as their authentic selves. The theme is Sea of Rainbow. The group asks that you dress in monochromatic attire to help create a sea of colors together. The dance will take place from 6 to 10 p.m., and they will be providing free pizza and snacks. Don't forget to RSVP through Cork or Engage. Later this month, the Department of Stage and Screen presents theatrical comedy Tartuffe. Showdates are February 22nd through February 24th at 7:30 p.m. and February 25th at 3 p.m. All performances will take place in the University Auditorium. Tickets are $10 for students and can be purchased through the WCU Bardo Arts Center box office. Moving on to athletics, exciting times in Catamount sports. Sports anchor Morgan Corson has the latest.
Thank you, Sydney. Hello, Catamount Nation. My name is Morgan Corson. Catamount Athletics has been very busy, so let's pounce on into it. Men's basketball is sitting at 18-8, putting us at 6th in the Southern Conference. The team is led by Vontarius Woolbright, who's averaging 22 points and 12 rebounds a game. The Cats have 5 remaining games on the schedule, with key games on February 21st at the UNCG Spartans, and then a nationally broadcasted game versus Furman here in Ramsey, February 28th at 7 p.m. That game is a purple out, so make sure to come out, wear purple, support the Cats at their last home game of the season. Now, earlier this week, Alex Hoffman sat down with our very own men's basketball player, Russell Jones Jr. Let's take a look.
My name is Alexander Hoffman, and this is Chats with Cats, presented by WeTV. In this series, I will be interviewing some of our amazing athletes at WCU, and today I have Russell Jones Jr. of our men's basketball team here in the studio. How are you, Russell?
I'm good. Appreciate you for having me, Alex.
Of course. Go ahead and, if you don't mind, please introduce yourself and tell me and the camera who you are and what you do on the team.
I'm Russell Jones Jr. I'm on the men's basketball team. I'm a point guard as well as a combo guard, so I do a little bit of everything: the guard, defend, score, pass. Whatever the team need me to do, that's what I'm gonna do to get the win. So that's what's most important.
Yeah. I also know that I watched your 1,000th point get scored couple weeks ago. How does that milestone feel, being one of very few on the team right now?
Scoring my 1,000 point was just a true blessing. I got to give credit to God. I got to thank Him first. Without Him, I couldn't do any of it. And it's just a testament to my career. Starting at Winthrop and finishing here at WCU, which is both programs have been a blessing to me. And I'm just happy to be here. I'm thanking God and my teammates and my coaches for believing in me. And it's a testament to the work I put in and the work we put in as a team. Without the work, without God, none of this would be possible, like I said. So it's just a testament to the work, and it's just, a great milestone to have as a college athlete, because a lot of players do not be able to get 1,000 points in their career. So to be able to get that in my senior year was a blessing.
Last question that I have for you, kind of a fun question. What is your go-to artist to listen to before a game to get ready?
See, it used to be like J. Cole and Lil Baby, my favorite artists, Lil Durk, but I get tired of listening to rap music all the time, so I really just put my playlist on shuffle. All my downloaded music, I can attest this to Trey, but Trey like a lot of music. So I get my playlist for him sometimes, and so really I just play whatever is on the playlist. No Cap, Young Boy, like I said, Lil Baby, Lil Durk, J. Cole. I like some old school music like Al Green and Bobby Womack, Anthony Hamilton, I'm a Luther Vandross type of guy, just having all those different vibes, so it just eases my mind before a game. So whatever comes on, if I like it, I vibe with it, you know what I'm saying? And I kind of start my game day playlist earlier, 3 hours before the game, just to get in the mindset, get in the mood to just have fun and go out and play.
Well, thank you for being with us today, Russell.
Yeah.
It was a pleasure to have you here. That is it for Chats with Cats. Hope to see you next time.
You can catch the rest of the interview premiering tomorrow on our YouTube page. Next, on to women's basketball. Who's sitting 6-18 with only 5 games left on the season. The Cats are looking to have a strong finish. Make sure to come on out and support the Cats at the last home game this Saturday, February 17th at 7 p.m. Now, spring's on its way, which means baseball is starting up. The team has its first series of the season at home versus Iona on opening day on Friday the 16th at 4 p.m. with the last 2 games of the series Saturday at 2 p.m. and Sunday at 1 p.m. Let's show up for the Cats and hope we see some absolute dingers coming off the bats this weekend. Well, that's been your Catamount Sports Update. I'm Morgan Gorson, and as always, go Cats! Make sure to stay after with these short messages.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move, so I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day, I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
Jordan knows he shouldn't eat this entire bowl of nachos, but tonight he's earned that right, because a few hours ago in the middle of happy hour, he recognized a sign, not from the gods or a bolt of lightning, but from a double heart, a kissy face, and a fourth ha in ha ha ha. That's when Jordan knew he was buzzed. So when it was time to go, he got a ride home instead of driving. Be a legend like Jordan. Recognize your buzzed warning signs and get a ride home. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
Do you have prediabetes? North Carolina residents with prediabetes can enroll in a free or low-cost national diabetes prevention program. Trained coaches are standing by. Get started now at joinaprogram.org.
Roll over. When you adopt a shelter pet, you discover all the things that make them unique. And your mother. They're a little bit of a lot of things, but they're all pure love.
If I could go back and change it all, I would. I think I'm gonna miss you the most. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Maybe it's just the little moments. If I could go back and change it all, if I could go back, I would. But I can't.
Welcome back. The Department of Intercultural Affairs on Tuesday, February 27th, will host their Unity event from 11:30 a.m. to 1 p.m. Feel free to come and mingle with students, faculty, and staff as they serve free coffee and tea in the ICA lounge. This is a great opportunity for students to familiarize themselves with ICA and their WCU community. Let's highlight another campus group. Our very own Hope Shellman is here with a senior reporter with the Western Carolinian. Hope?
Thank you, Sydney. Hey there, Catamounts. We're back again with a special edition of Not Just a Student, and this is Abigail Quinn. So why don't you tell me why you're here today? What's your position at the Western Carolinian?
Absolutely. So I am a senior reporter with the Western Carolinian. I've been with them all 4 years of my college degree, seen it through COVID and everything. So
way to go.
Yeah.
That's some longevity right there. So why is this a special edition for the Western Carolinian?
Right, absolutely. So I brought a copy, and so this edition is a lot different. Right.
Sick.
This edition is a lot different than one of the other editions or any of the other editions that we've had in the past. This is our 90th anniversary edition.
Wow.
And so in this edition, we've tried to spotlight not only our own staff's stories like we always do, but we also added in 90 years of the Western Carolinian. And so throughout the whole paper, we've got stories from the 60s, the 70s, all the way down to the 30s and up to the 2000s and present. So.
That's awesome. So what was the process when making this edition?
Right, so it was long days sitting in the library, picking and combing through archives of our editions all the way back and all the way forward, and picking out specific stories of things that we wanted to highlight or thought were interesting. The moon landing, for example. There's some stories of that. Lots of important things that have happened in our university history. So we spent a lot of time coming through that, and then each individual staff writer took on a decade and had our own folder and transcribed by hand these stories.
That's awesome. So if you could describe for our audience, how has the Western Carolinian remained an important part of WCU?
Right, absolutely. So my favorite professor has once said that journalism is the first right of history. And so I feel exactly the same, where we're documenting so many important events in our paper, not only just university events, but also out through Silva and Waynesville and Dillsboro. We're getting really all out there with all of the stories that we're doing. And yeah, just documenting history as we go and making sure that it's available for everybody to see and hear and read.
What important work. So next up on the docket here, what is your favorite archive story from the Western Carolinian?
Oh my gosh, this is so tough because we've picked out really just the best for this edition, where we've pulled out, there's so many stories, like I mentioned earlier, where it was like letters from the president that the university has received. Yeah. And then one in particular that stood out to me, I transcribed myself actually, was a story about bomb threats and fire threats at the university, and kind of like how the university handled that in the investigation that went on. That story really stuck out to me because there is one segment, and I remember having to stop typing my transcription and laugh a little bit, and then I had to keep going because it's a long story.
Wow.
But it was basically talking about how in the UC there was like a water moccasin or something in the stairwell, and somebody like called it in. It was like, hey, there's a water moccasin, and so they like removed the snake, and then while they were in the process of getting all of these calls and all those things, another student was jokingly, he was called in and was like, hey, there's actually now 20 water moccasins on the stairwell. And of course they went in and there was no 20 water moccasins, but definitely a memorable story for me.
I'm guessing college culture just kind of stays the same.
Right, nothing changes.
Right. So where can people at home find this special edition?
Right, absolutely. So I am what you might call an expert on that. I am not only a senior reporter, but I also do the distributing. And so we try our best to distribute to all over campus. You can find it on the newsstand outside of the mailroom in the UC. You can always find it near the Western Carolinian office. There's also spots in Waynesville and Dillsboro, and then all through the main strip of downtown Silva. every other store essentially either has one of our newsstands or newspapers inside of their store.
Well, that is awesome. Thank you so much,
Absolutely.
Abigail.
Thank you.
And thank you guys for watching this part. And we're going to throw it over there. Back to the anchors.
Thank you, Hope and Abigail. Interested in hearing from a guest artist on campus? Come visit Josh Kopis of Josh Kopis Pottery on Thursday, February 22nd, as he gives a free to the public lecture on his artwork. Hosted by the School of Art and Design, the event will take place in the Bardo Arts Center in room 130 from 2:30 to 3:30 p.m. Let's wrap up the show with this week's news forecast. Alex, how's the weather looking this week?
Well, Sydney, the weather is looking a little bit interesting. Very broad range of temperatures this week, so that'll make this a little bit interesting. We got a little bit of everything this week. So first, as you can tell, tomorrow it is supposed to be overcast with a low of 34, high of 57, so not too bad. We also will be having again, overcast. There is a pretty good chance of rain, so watch out. But it should be fine for now. Okay. So, back to that. So then on Saturday, we will have a low of 22, high of 41, but it will be kind of sunny, so that is nice. So mostly cloudy, a little bit of sun, so just go to the men's basketball game, like Morgan said, and that should help you out with that, staying warm and inside. And then we've got for Sunday, a low of 24, high of 51. So a little bit warmer, but you can tell that high is starting to climb back up, so that is nice. As we get into the week again on Monday, we will have a low that is almost to the freezing temperature of 32 degrees, but we aren't quite there yet. We've got a low of 29, high of 57, and then mostly sunny. For Tuesday, we have a low of 32, so again, continuing to get warmer, which is nice, but a high of 57, which is about the same. As we get into Wednesday, we have, as you can see, we have our low of 43, high of 61, continually getting warmer still. And then finally, for Thursday, we do have some rain because, as we all know, WCU does stand for We Carry Umbrellas. I have mine, but not anymore. So make sure that you have your umbrella with you and stay dry. And that's all for me. Back to Sydney at the desk. Go Cats.
Thank you, Alex. And thank you for tuning into tonight's campus news presented by WeTV Catamount Entertainment. My name is Sydney Martin. Stay safe out there, Catamounts.